Okay, welcome everyone. It's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, we're going to be making a card with the Still Scenes bundle. It is just beautiful, and I am working on cards mainly, and it has all of these dies. This die cuts out the house, and then this is for the opening for the snow globe. Then you have this filigree that doesn't have a stamp that you can use for foil or something special. This cuts out the base. And you have the trees, the polar bears, the churches, and the deer that you can cut that there isn't a stamp for, but you can put the shapes inside the snow globe, and it's really pretty. So let me show you the card we're going to make. And I really like this one because, you know, we have a log cabin, and so I wanted to try this one. And so let me show you how I put that together. I've cut some of the pieces and everything, and you know, for me it's like, let me try to make this as easy and simple as I can, because when you're making Christmas cards, and these, even though there's a little raised area with the dome, you could still mail these with a little bit of extra postage because it's not much weight to it at all. In fact, I haven't checked, but I think it would take a first class stamp plus an additional ounce stamp, which also works in the US for if it's non-machinable. So anyway, here is a shaded spruce base cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. And then I have some pieces of designer paper and Whisper White, and I have, this is from the Wrapped in Plaid set. I wanted to keep the color scheme pretty much with the shaded spruce for my designer paper and cardstock, so I cut this one at 4 by 5 1/4. I have another piece of Whisper White that is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, and then I have a scrap piece for stamping my image. And then this is the sentiment. I cut it at 1 by 3 3/4, and I'm going to trim it off a little bit. Okay, I just already have that ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is do my stamping. And so I've got this scrap piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to be coloring with my Stampin' blends. So I'm inking with Memento Black ink. And I'm going to just stamp it here. And then we'll do some coloring. Oh, I've got some ghosting around the edge there, and I don't want it there in case if I don't cut it off. So let me get it again and check my edges here. All right, let's try it again. Yeah. Okay. So now I have some blends here that I chose. And let's see, which this one. I've got Light Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to use that on the, well, actually, I don't even know if I used that one in this one. Let me just try this. Okay, so with the log cabin, I chose the bronze because this is more the color of our logs on our log home. So I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to brush it easily over the logs, and I'm going to do the siding here too, the front boards. Doesn't look like this is log, but, and I'm having a hard time seeing this for some reason. I think I need to stand up. Yep. Okay, and then just around this window. Oh, I know why I have that Mossy Meadow. I colored my door green because our doors are green. Okay, so I got a little bit on the snow top there, so I'm going to get my blends, my color lifter, and try to pull some of that color up. All right, so now I've got my Wink of Stella, and that's what I used for all of the snow-covered areas. So I'm doing the roof here. Oh, I forgot to do this brown. I'll get that in a minute. And down this side, the top of the chimney, all down here, the ground, and then some of the tree, the spruce there. So I'm gonna go ahead and color that in, and it just gives it a sparkly look. I don't have the snow puff paint, so, but that would be cute here too. I thought, well, I can use my Wink of Stella. That'll be perfect. Okay, so now let me get my bronze again and fill in these areas. Okay, do I hear the chimney? I'm gonna do underneath here too. Okay, there we go. So now I need some more snow. So let me get my Wink of Stella again. All right, and then I've got, what's this? Light soft suede. I'm gonna use that for my trunk of my tree here. And these trees. So I just kind of sketchy draw these with the ball point end of the, it's not ball point, but you know, the little tip, the fine tip end of the blends. Get that going. Okay. So we have a grandbaby that is due within the next couple of weeks. So I'm kind of getting antsy about, you know, thinking it's her second. So I'm thinking that she may come a little early. It's another girl. And it's like I want to be ready and I haven't finished packing yet. So I just want to be ready, and I wanted to share this card with you. And I thought I'm just going to go ahead and record the video and get it up there. So like that I can pack my stuff away and get ready and be ready if she calls and says, "Mom, you better come on." Okay. All right, so I'm doing the evergreen here in shaded spruce, dark, and it's a lot of snow covering on it too. So there's so much detail in this. It reminds me of those highlights books, you know, with the hidden pictures. I mean, I keep seeing. I thought that looks like a animal's tail right there. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, it's like, what's in that? This is the kind of picture that this reminds me of, this image. Okay, this is a bush over here that has some snow on it. Okay, let's see. That's good. Then I'm going to get light smoky slate and do the walk here. And a little bit of shading right here in the snow. Okay, then I'm taking light, so saffron, and I'm doing the windows like there's lights on in the house. Okay, and then I'm going to do this is light mossy meadow. I'm going to do the front door. I've seen a lot of red doors, but my door's green, so I'm going to And it's more like the spruce color, but I wanted to use a different green for this door. Okay, I think I've got it. All right, so that's a sweet, simple image there to color. Now, I'm going to cut this out with the die. Let's see if I can get this over here and find the die. I have a one mess. Oh, there's my husband coming in. I can tell by the squeaking door. Babe, you want to come say hi?
Not really.
Okay. Well, they can't see you.
Okay. Well, yeah, I want to say hi.
Yeah. I decided I'm pre-recording the video, so.
Hello, everybody.
I'm making this card right here.
Man, it looks like a snow globe.
It is a snow globe. Okay, so got that cut out. Let me get over here.
It's neat.
Thank you. All right, what did I do with that? Now, let me get my other piece of Whisper White. And I'm going to do this first, but we have some cutting to do. And I'm going to take a pool party pad. Let's see if I can find a sponge. Here's one that'll work. I'm taking a Stampin' sponge wedge, and I want the back behind the cabin to have like a dark sky. So I'm going to kind of start off here and just start sponging. So I started off with Pool Party, and then when I put the little house over it, it wasn't dark enough to me. And you only have to do the top. Okay, so I did this, and I wanted more dramatic look. So, if I can find, yeah, here's my Night of Navy. And I found a sponge that will work for it. Here it is. So now I'm going to get Night of Navy, sponge it off, kind of test it over here, and then go over top. And I liked the combination of it. And you probably could do just Night of Navy, but look, I got a big glob there, but it's okay. Snow clouds hang low and threatening. We had a little bit of snow earlier this week here. It looked really pretty. Didn't want to really go out in it, but it would be my luck I'd slip on the walk, you know. Not used to it, this Texan. Not used to the snow. So see, once we get it all together, you see how that's going to be sitting there on that dark sky. Like it. All right, so now I am going to take my designer paper, and I'm going to take the dome cutout, and I'm going to go a little bit down from the top because I want to have room for my base, which is somewhere, and then the sentiment. So I'm going to move this over here to the big shot and cut this real quick. And when my husband came in, he, you know, I said, "You want to come say hi?" Not really. He's like in his shorts, no shirt, and it's 50 degrees outside, coming out to the studio to see what I'm doing. Okay, so you see there? Okay, so I see where I need to come on down a little bit. Just in case, I don't want that to show. Okay, so now, okay, so what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna position this like this on the back because we know we cut it just a, 1/4 inch shy of each side, okay? Turn it over, and then we're going to take this and we're going to put it on with some snail. I tried liquid glue on one of these cards and it didn't work well for me. So tip, use snail or glue dots, because the sequins, I'm not having a good result with the sequins wanting to stick, and they really wanted to stick to where the glue had oozed out a little bit. Okay, so now that's ready. So let's get our little dome, really cute. And you know, I heard someone say, you know, take your embossing buddy and try to get the static out of there, but mine are still sticking. That's probably because it's so dry here. Okay, so but it has adhesive on the front and the back, and so we want to take that off. Pull that up, and then I'm just going to take it and put this over top. Ease it on down and just give it a good press. Okay, all right, so now we're going to take and get our little, I was going to say confetti. Where is it? It's on my desk somewhere. If y'all could see my desk. Oh my goodness, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to take some of these and sprinkle them in here. You don't need a lot. Okay. Then we're going to take the you know, you can take your paper piercer or take your pick tool, whatever you have handy. My paper snips, I've even used that to pull it off. Get it going. And then we know how this fits over top here, so I'm just eyeballing it and putting it down and giving it a press. And we turn it over. Yay! See how cute that is? And they're still sticking, but it's okay. I love it. So fun. Okay, so now this side. That's going to go over top like that. But before I put it down, I did it after the fact last time. I'm going to go ahead and put my base down, and what I did here is I stamped the image that's in the stamp set in Versamark on shaded spruce, and then I embossed it with the shimmer white embossing powder. And when you look at it, it looks silver, but it's just got glitter in the embossing powder, and it's so pretty. And that's going to go right down here. So let me get some snail. I'm going to go ahead and put that on here. It just tucks up right underneath that globe. And I tried a different color, and I tried Night of Navy, and it didn't work. I didn't like it. I liked the continuity of the shaded spruce. And this paper I told you was from Wrapped in Plaid. And then I've got my silver metallic edged ribbon. This is from the annual catalog. I'm going to wrap it around the designer paper before I ever put that on the card base this time. Okay. And tie a knot. And then I'm going to cut here. Like that. And then we can go ahead and finish it off probably here before I ever put it on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to banner cut this in. Just cut up in a V. And then let's see how much room I need to cut off. I just kind of, I left the length there in case I decided not to put the bow or the ribbon, but I like the ribbon. So I'm gonna just line it up with the edge of the paper like that and cut off that excess. Okay, that works. Okay, let's try snail. I think I'm running out, of course. Of course I am. I think I can use liquid glue from here on out. Okay, so now let's get some liquid glue and put that over top on the back side so we can adhere it to the card front. Okay. I know y'all seen too, you can make ornaments with these. You would just, you know, cut out the back, cover the back of it with some cardstock and put a hanger. Really the same principle as far as assembling. You probably could cut rings, circles or layered circles to make a frame if you wanted to. But I like the cards. I love it. Okay, so now let me see what I'm going to put on the inside. Okay, so let me get that. I haven't. I love this sentiment. May the timeless message of Christmas fill your heart and home with joy today and always. Let's try to stamp that on there and get it nice and straight. It's Whisper White, 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and let's take Shaded Spruce. Okay. And just perfect. And then let's see what I can do. I have these little trees cut out. I could put them in there, right? Add a little bit of embellishment to the inside. Okay. Kind of matches the embossing powder. So this Still Scenes bundle is in the holiday catalog, and it's beautiful. It's fun to do, and I hope I have shown you an easy way to put a card together using these little snow globe things. What do they call them? Snow globe shaker dome. Okay, so I love that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Probably as we're entering into this busy season, your Sunday Crafternoons will still go on, but they will be pre-recorded. And so be sure and check in. And when I can pop in live, I certainly will do that because I want to tell you hello. Now let me show you this other card I made. Here's this one with the deer. See, I did it in that sparkle glimmer paper, and see how the snowflakes are trying to stick to the deer. It's still pretty, but it's just, I wanted to show you what not to do. It didn't turn out like I wanted to. See how it's sticking around him, the little sequin snowflakes. But it's still pretty. You know, you can't mess up. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I will pop in live whenever I'm able on Sunday afternoon before I post the video. And I am still around. I am still posting on my blog, and just know that I'm here. Call me if you need to, if I can help you with anything. And I just will be out of my studio for a while, so I don't have all my setup and everything. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for sharing the video, and I will talk to you all again soon. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.